All right, Square Enix is rebooting the company by Melonie Mac Go Boom. So I don't know much about this person other than the fact that apparently they don't like gooners and don't like when girls have nice titties in video games. So let's see how this goes.
Year Square Enix has announced a 3-year reboot plan to rejuvenate the company. And can we admit why now? Can we just say it? Can we address the elephant in the room that everybody knows, right? That Square Enix has been sucking ever since anything after Final Fantasy 12?
I can agree with that take, though I would argue anything after Final Fantasy X.
Kingdom Hearts 3 was freaking unplayable because it's just push the button, push the button, push the button. That Final Fantasy VII remake crap is nothing but retcon fanfic slop for the non-gamers who don't want to play a video game and they just want to ship characters and be gay and watch cutscenes all day. I'm sick of it. Clair Obscura Expedition 33 is what Final Fantasy should have been a long time ago. It's what they should have evolved into. But what did they do? They tried to appeal to the Western market, and they thought that the Western market all wanted baby down easy games with pretty cutscenes, and that's it. No substance, no difficult gameplay, no accomplishment feeling that you get when you accomplish a difficult gameplay segment.
Okay. First impressions. I am agreeing with her take so far. For the most part. Also getting my gooning out of the way. She's an attractive looking woman. Her voice though, little grating. Not really sure how much I can listen to that.
Oh, modern gamers don't like turn-based anymore. Not that Kingdom Hearts was ever turn-based when I'm talking about that, but come on, we know that Kingdom Hearts 3 was a massive downgrade from Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. And I am talking as a Kingdom Hearts fan from back in the day. I absolutely loved 1, 2, and Chain of Memories. But Kingdom Hearts 3, as long of a wait as that was, I couldn't do it. I could not do it. Now they've announced Kingdom Hearts 4 and people in the comments are like, please, can Sora just rest? Please. It looks like garbage. Okay, let's go ahead and dive into this video. So we have here, Phantom Pulse brings us this art.
Wait, am I about to react to a reaction?
Article, which I'll take a look at, but then we also have Razor Fizz, who said here, 9 years ago, Square Enix blamed their Western studios such as Eidos and IO Interactive for the company's problems. 3 years ago, they sold those studios, solving those problems, and a string of underperforming Japanese titles later. Now they're rebooting the entire company. So the problem wasn't inherently these Western studios, though I will say Eidos, Crystal Dynamics, all of that, the Tomb Raider IP, incredibly mismanaged. And that I don't even blame Square Enix for. I blame Crystal Dynamics for all of that. So I do think that selling those companies was the move. But I think that they have put way too much of an emphasis on trying to appeal to the Western market with their Japanese titles. And look what happened, because everybody who's trying to appeal to the Western market and everybody who's copying off of what modern Western AAA game developers are doing are not seeing the profits that they need to see. First of all, because they have massive budgets in these games that just glorify cutscenes over everything else. Everything is just turning into this gay fanfic ships, all this stuff. It's like, why would anyone play Final Fantasy VII Remake over the actual Final Fantasy VII game? I tried with the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I gave it a fair shot, like 15 or 20 hours or something like that. I could not do it. I was ready to just rip my ears off.
So, I also kind of agree with that too. in the amount of time that the Final Fantasy VII remakes have been out, like I've played the original again like 6 times. uh, the thing about the remakes is that like it's kind of like she's saying, like glorified cutscenes, right? So that's the only time I'm having fun in the Final Fantasy remakes is when it's in the cutscene and the characters are being characters. Like the gameplay is not fun. The minute to minute gameplay is not fun.
I was sick of it. I was sick of, oh, another cutscene? Oh, another slow walk segment while characters banter back and forth?
It's funny though. She doesn't enjoy the parts that I enjoyed, but I think it's because I think it's for the same reason. Honestly, like I don't know if she liked the gameplay of Final Fantasy VII remakes, but like I didn't like the gameplay so much that I was just like, just give me more of what I loved about the game. That's still there, which is the characters that I grew up with. You know what I mean?
Oh, this gameplay is not cutting it. It is not making enduring all of this cutscenes worth it. Cutscenes are supposed to happen as a reward after you have accomplished some compelling gameplay, right? Then you're like, oh yeah, a cutscene. Let's watch this. But when the gameplay just does not have enough substance, then it's like, wait, why am I watching all these cutscenes right now? And let's be real, Final Fantasy VII Remake is a retcon fanfic. That's all it is. It is a fanfic, and it's gay. I said what I said. People don't like it. I don't care. I said what I said. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into this video. Square Enix announced a three-year plan to reboot and awaken the company in order to achieve long-term growth. And this is the thing, is what fans have been saying too. Is like, whenever Square Enix is like, oh, we're going to try to appeal to the West. We're going to try to appeal to the West. And then, meanwhile, gamers in the West are saying, no, please don't. Do it.
So the reason why weeaboos are weeaboos at all is because of the Japaneseness of the Japanese media they consume. Like, I understand they want to try and get new fans, but I feel like that's not sustainable if you're alienating your core fans. Because like if you replace, like the best you can really do is replace each individual fan with one more new fan, but then you just break even. You know what I mean? And with how games are so much more expensive to make nowadays, you're really just better off sticking to what brought you to the dance, you know?
What was working? Focus on those JRPG titles and what we loved from the past. Now, look, I ain't gonna say that some of the stuff they've made hasn't been fun. I had fun with Final Fantasy 15. That was a long wait, thinking that back when it was called Versus 13, and thinking that it was never gonna see the light of the day, and then it did, and it was very exciting to see that they actually finished the game, and even in its discombobulated mess, there was still an enjoyment factor there, and the characters were charming, and so on and so forth. But let's be real. Gameplay just plummeted to the floor after Final Fantasy 12. Final Fantasy 13, another one of those games I was excited for and I couldn't even get through because it's like X, 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 X. Is this all we're doing here? I mean, and look at what Claire Obscura Expedition 33 did. Obviously, some big, heavy inspirations from Final Fantasy, and that's what Final Fantasy should have evolved into. The turn-based combat, the implementation of the dodge and parry mechanics to make the actual defensive element of the game more engaging, right? And their just approach visually story-wise, all of that. Fantastic. I mean, this is, when I play Expedition 33, it's like, oh, this is what I imagined back when I was playing like Final Fantasy X, when the era that it was new. This is what I imagined the future of Final Fantasy would be like. Little did I know that it was all gonna go downhill. All right, so in the company's new medium-term business plan, Square Enix shared its plans to optimize development costs, which I've been saying this. I've been saying, can these companies stop putting hundreds of millions of dollars into these games and prioritizing cutscenes and mocap and all this? Put more attention onto good gameplay. Okay? Because gamers still exist. I don't care how much they want to pretend like and how much these big studios want to pretend like gamers don't exist anymore and that the mainstream cutscene watchers, that's all they care about, that represents gamers. It doesn't. Gamers who actually want a challenge and who want good, intuitive gameplay exist. Feed us, please. We don't care about all the fancy bells and whistles. We don't need hundreds of millions of dollars in budget. Again, I'm going to use this as an example, but Expedition 33 has proved that, right? And the normies and cutscene watchers, and that's all they care about, they can still play these games because there's a story mode available to them. But don't cater the entire industry to them. That's my thing. Some people get offended when I say this, oh, but I work really hard and I just want something easy. Well, good. But we don't want the entire gaming industry pandering to you. The gaming industry needs to look at its market, and the market being actual gamers who want good gameplay. If you're just a cutscene watcher and you want to sit like a vegetable and not have to do anything in your game, that's fine. Good for you.
I disagree with the notion that games need to be easy for people that work hard, and also that games need to be hard to be fun. Like it's different. You don't need a walking simulator just because you work all day. I feel like that's not the direction the argument should be going. The game should be good. The game should be good. The game should be fun. Difficulty is only a minor part of whether or not the game's enjoyable. Like, playing Ninja Gaiden on Ninja Dog is still fun because the game is fun. You know? And I think that's the important thing that a lot of people and a lot of developers are missing.
Bravo! But let's not have all these games pandering to that audience, because let's be real, that's not actually real gamers. You may enjoy the medium, and that's awesome, and you're welcome.
I don't like how she's putting the hard R on gamer, man. Like, I feel like that the way she said gamer was a little venomous. Gamers. I feel offended.
Welcome. But we know there's a difference between that type of gamer versus those who actually like video games for the gameplay element, right? Okay? So, no, I'm not saying that those who like actual real gameplay are better than those who just want to watch cutscenes. We're not better people. It's a video game. We're nerds. But video games should be video games. Yeah. Crazy concept, right? All right, so optimize development costs. Okay, we've been saying this. Please, so that you don't have to have the expectation of, oh, this has to globally sell millions and millions and millions of copies so that we can recoup our cost. Like, if you're actually appealing to gamers, then, and you are actually optimizing your budgets because you are putting more attention on gameplay and stuff, which doesn't even cost as much as all these fancy cutscenes all the time. And mind you, Expedition 33 had beautiful cutscenes, and they didn't have to have a massive budget. So, just saying, release titles on multiple platforms instead of opting for exclusivity, okay, and expanding its overseas sales. Okay, make good games, and they will sell. Make good games. optimize that budget, focus on good gameplay, focus on the actual gamers instead of the shippers and the fanfics and the gay stuff and the this and the that and the other. Okay. In optimizing companies' development costs, Square Enix revealed that it decided to discontinue development of some titles and invest additional funds in titles that require refinement, thereby steadily implementing a strategy of selecting and concentrating development resources. Now, let's actually look at Square. And when you think about Square Enix, let's look at some of their like recent titles, right? And their recent titles, look what was good. Octopath Traveler. That didn't have to have this crazy monumental budget. I would be extremely curious to see the ROI on that versus something.
Yeah, modern games have obscene development costs. Yes, AAA gaming is like not worth it. Like the more powerful consoles gotten, it's like it's like not sustainable. Like we need to dial it back like 2 generations. Did you realize Fujoshi shipping Cloud and Sephiroth is a fairly massive chunk of their revenue since '97? Yeah, but Fujoshis are going to be fine with it if it's a good game too. Right? Fujoshis don't need to be pandered to. Fujoshis are going to enjoy it regardless.
Thing like a Final Fantasy VII remake that cost a butt ton of money. Okay? So specifically, the company has cut development costs by nearly 50%.
I don't know if it's just me or it's just the viewpoint. Is my hair flickering to you guys? All right, anyway.
Good. Okay? So while it is working to keep costs down, it has also adopted a multi-platform release strategy for a number of games, including Final Fantasy VII Remake, Intergrade to Nintendo Switch, blah, blah, blah. Bravely Default, Flying Fairy, Switch 2. We saw that announcement. Okay. All right, so it's working on its multi-plat strategy. I just want to see the games focus on gamers, and I want to see less emphasis on massive budgets, less emphasis on cutscenes all the time. And I know people act like because I say I'm sick of cutscenes constantly, that means I don't want a story. That's not true. I love Expedition 33 so far that I've played, and that clearly has a really good story, but there's a way to do it. Whenever the story is the main focus of the game and it takes precedence over the gameplay, that's when I have an issue. In most modern games, that has been the case. Modern AAA games. That's just plain and simple the case, and it's frustrating, and that's why people are playing older games more than they're playing newer games. But I made a whole video on how Expedition 33 could save the gaming industry, and I truly believe it, because if more companies adopt that kind of strategy.
She's not entirely wrong. Even in the realm of games that are like 100% about gameplay, even fighting games are like in like they're in the best spot for matchmaking than they've ever been, because net play is so much better than it's ever been. But they're in the worst spot when it comes to actual enjoyable games. Like how many like current installments of fighting games are people actually happy with right now? I feel like everybody hates their fighting game right now. Like if Tekken 5 had good net play and a strong player base, I'd be playing that over Tekken 8 any day. But like Tekken 8, that's the game you're going to get matches in. And it's got the better net play. Like Tekken 5 DR, if you boot that up on PS3, feels like shit. But Tekken 6, like literally when Tekken 6 came out, it was the game I was looking forward to. I'd been playing it in arcades for an entire year. I had already spent like $200 on the game just just at the arcades. I wanted to go so hard in that game. But when Tekken 6 came out, the net play, after playing arcade for a year, after the first time I played Tekken 6 net play, I dropped the game. It was the worst moment of my fighting game life, or the best if you think about it. I mean, I did pick up Blaze Blue because of that, so you could say that it was a nice little learning experience. But yeah, like literally, if it wasn't for the quality of the net play of old games and the lack of a player base of old games, I'd be playing old games, like old fighting games too. Like obviously, I'm playing old games that aren't fighting games, like old single player games. I played Onimusha and Resident Evil 1 on my channel. You know what I mean? But like it's hard to scratch that old game itch with fighting games because no one fucking plays fighting games or old fighting games. Not only that, but like there aren't nearly enough resources online to learn how to play those old fighting games. So it's like fighting game players are stuck playing the newest version, you know?
With making games, then we could possibly get out of this casual pit of shippers and cutscene watchers that's all they want, right? And the gaming industry can actually target and try to please the actual gamers, right? And appease the actual gamers. And then the casuals can still chill with their story modes. It's fine. We just don't want the industry catering to them. All right, so there you have it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. As always, if you want me to read the Bible to you, you can check out my Bible channel at Bible Time with Melonie Mac, where I have the entire Bible up there, and I will be up.
Interesting. I keep being told to get a decent computer and get on the Fightcade. See, that's still Discord fighters, though. Like, having access to every single old arcade game is great. But if you're only going to be playing the same 3 people, it's not the same experience. You know what I mean? It's not the same as having a thriving scene. As a fighting game player, you have to remain current. But yeah, like overall, I agree with what she said for the most part. I just can't help but feel like her as a person is judging me. Does that make sense? Like, she didn't say anything here necessarily that made me feel targeted. But like her demeanor just makes me feel like if she saw me in like, you know, walking to the store one day, I feel like she would just call the police. You know, I feel that amount of judged by this person. her eyes judge me. His smug aura mocks me. But yes, Melonie Mac is my first time seeing anything from her, so there you go. There you go. She likes the Bible. That's cool.